What's going on, guys? Because my last video was turned sideways, I decided to do another quick video, just recapping everything. I apologize. I'm still new to all this YouTube stuff, by the way. Anyway, once again, this is the studio. This is my workstation. I've been putting this thing together for years now, but it's been off and on though. So it's like, if you're interested in building a home studio, it shouldn't take that long. My process has been off and on over years. Anyway, there's my laptop. That's your first thing. The first thing you're going to want to buy is a decent computer. You're going to want to buy a decent computer. The next thing you're going to buy, well, basically will be your audio sequencer. A lot of people are using FL Studio and things like that. And they're like micing it in through aux cables. I don't know how to do that, but I prefer this anyway. To me, it just sounds a lot better. This is an external audio processor. It's the Focusrite Scarlett 18i 6 out. I like it. It's pretty good. It does what I need to do. It's got 2 inputs or outputs on the front, and then you come around here. It's got like 8 more on the back. So it's like you can run each one of those either mono or stereo. And that's why it's got 18 in and 6 out, because you can do it that way. It's pretty cool. It's powered, USB. I did a little finagling, kind of rigged it up to a, over there on the left, right here. I got it rigged up to some PC speakers because powered monitors are kind of expensive. Eventually I'll get some actual monitors, but I live in an apartment. I don't want to be too loud and bother my neighbors. Although these can get pretty loud, but I keep them turned down when I'm not using my headphones because once again, I don't want to bother my neighbors. But after you get your computer, you get your audio processor. After that, it's pretty much your instruments. Get you a good board. I lucked up and I have this audio sequencer. It's old school. They don't make them anymore. But it does what I need to do. You select all your different instruments here. And then there's a rhythm, which is cool because this is a Roland MC505. It's got over 500 sounds and drum kits, which is really cool. And you can pretty much make all your music on here. The only thing is it uses an outdated memory card format. It uses a memory card that they don't even make anymore. So it's like, yeah. But it's got some great sounds on it. And you can also modify your sounds. If you notice here, you can modify your sounds. So I really like it. I use it as a synthesizer and my main source on my piano and things like that, because I have this MIDI controller, which is also old and outdated. Quick Shot. I don't even know who that is. Like, I'm trying to get an Akai, but they're like $400, and I got a strong need to eat, so I have to choose between buying food or buying more music equipment. I'm going to buy some food, but eventually I'll get the Akai Pro. I think it's the MPK 49. But I'm using this right now to control that. And then I mic it into this, which puts it in here. That's my DAW. That's my workstation. My studio program. For all of you who don't want to hear all the technical jargon. It's Ableton Live 10 Suite. This thing is awesome. I swear by it. It's pretty good. If you're interested in getting into business, I'll tell you now, a lot of people use a program called Pro Tools. Most of especially hip hop, if you're into hip hop and stuff like that, a lot of production houses use Pro Tool. There's another one that they use. I can't remember the name of it right now, but there are tons and tons of different DAWs now out. You have FL Studio, which is Fruity Loops for those of you who don't know what that is. There's Pro Tools, there's Logic, there's Cubase, there's Ableton. I like Ableton. I've seen Pro Tools. I've worked with Pro Tools before. It's pretty good too, but I just don't like how, to me, it feels a little restrictive. Like you have to use, if you're using Pro Tools, you almost always have to use M Audio stuff. Their stuff is like kind of hand in hand with theirs, and which M Audio's equipment isn't bad. I just prefer a little more versatility. That's the whole reason why I don't use a Mac. I prefer PC, just because it's just a little more open, less restrictive. But yeah, I'm using Ableton Live 10 Suite. Is what I use. The Suite version has no limitation on tracks you can stack. I'll show you that in just a sec. You can stack so many tracks, and then there's an unlimited amount of clips you can load in here, unlimited amount of effects you can use. It can get kind of crazy. It is insane. I like it. I love it. Pro Tools is the same way. The reason I mentioned that, the Live 10 Suite version, is because they have different versions. You can get the light version, which is like a demo, which isn't too bad. I used to use it because it came with my audio processor. But it only lets you do like 8 tracks, and I think maybe 6 effects. No, 6 tracks, 8 effects. So it was kind of restrictive. I outgrew it really fast. So I moved up to Ableton Live 9 standard. I had version I had 8 light came with the audio processor. I upgraded to Live 9, the standard version, which gave me like 16 effects, and I think, no, it gave me like 24 effects and 16 tracks, which is cool, but I outgrew that too. A lot of my music kind of is very, very layered. That's what we call overproduced. I'm working on that. I'm kind of trying to simplify that. But so I stepped up. I was going to go get Live 9 Suite, but then the guy told me, he was like, hey, well, they just came out with 10 Suite, and 10 Suite has a lot of features that 9 does not have. I was like, crap, I just got 9. He's like, don't worry about it. Just get 10, and everything from 9 and 8 will transfer over, which it did, which is really cool because there are a lot of effects and things that I used in 8, especially 8, because it was the one I first got. So I had a lot of things that I worked with it. I used a lot of effects in that I needed to transfer over. And fortunately, they did. Yeah, so I like Ableton 10, but there are other options for those of you guys out there. There's Logic. A lot of people use Logic. The big 3 right now is FL Studio, which back in the day, before I got into all this and I knew about it, I used to just record everything in by mic and track stack. It's super old school. It's funny because I'm not really that old, but that's just the way I learned to do it at first. FL Studio, Fruity Loops was sort of like a kind of a gag name. It wasn't really taken too serious. It was just, people would download this thing and make beats at home, little garage beats and stuff. But they've upgraded it, they've tweaked it, tuned it. It's actually pretty impressive. I got a buddy of mine, he uses FL Studio, and I'm kind of impressed by it. But I'm not going to try not to rant too long because that last video was like 23 minutes. I didn't realize it was that long. I apologize. I can talk a lot. Yeah, so get your computer, get your audio processor, you get your DAW, digital audio workstation, or, studio program for slang. After that, you get your instruments. I use that. I got my audio sequencer with the MIDI controller. I have a guitar, so Washburn Leon. It's my standby. She's been with me for, years now. I like it. I enjoy it. And with that, I have a couple of pedals. First pedal I got was from a friend of mine. He gave me this. Probably can't see it. I don't know. I apologize for the lighting. It is a Digitech death metal pedal. I use it for distortion and also for EQ. So it makes a great filter. It's got a good sound to it. I have the Dunlop Mini Crybaby wah pedal. It's the Jimi Hendrix edition. You can see back here. It's Jimmy. And then I have the Boss GT1 multiple effects processor. Got a lot of different effects on there. Last time I did the video, couldn't see anything, so I decided to turn it on this time, kind of light it up. But now all the lights are washing out the camera. But yeah, that's the Boss GT1. It's pretty cool. Prices, for anybody who's interested. This, I believe, I apologize, I threw away the receipt. I think it was like a hundred bucks. It's like 120. That was free. Buddy of mine gave it to me. I haven't priced it online yet, because I don't plan on getting rid of mine anytime soon. So, but it's a Digitech death metal tone. If you want to look it up and price it. This, I believe, if I remember, was around 200, maybe $300. My guitar was 160. It came with like amps and all kinds of other stuff, but I sold all that once I got into my studio. This I bought from my buddy, a friend of mine, another friend of mine, a long time ago, for like 170 bucks. But I think they go for around 200 online. You can find them, like eBay, Amazon, things like that. But as far as like actual production models, no. There's also models that came after this. Like there's the MC, I think 808 and 909. No, it's the 707 and 909, which is pretty cool. If you're interested in getting one of these, maybe you can find, if you can't find this one, you might be able to find one of those upgraded models. This I got actually looked up and found at a thrift store for like 20 bucks. I guess the lady didn't know what she had. She had like three of them. I was gonna go back and get the other ones, but they were gone. This was around 100 bucks, maybe 60, 80. No, it definitely wasn't 60. I apologize. I think it was like 100 bucks. It was 118. I remember now. It was like 120. Um, my computer was like 500 bucks. It's got an i5 processor in it. It's got a terabyte hard drive. Um, Screen. It's not touch screen, which is fine for me. This is my Baby Metal tickets. Baby Metal's coming to my area in May 17th. I already have my ticket. Parking's $5. The DAW itself was probably the most expensive thing. It was like 700 bucks, but it was worth it. Tax time came around, and that's when I got mine. I was like, I had set it in my mind. I'm like, I am going to get the sweet version. So I did. 700 bucks though. But yeah, so that's the studio. That's the studio. And like I said, I promise, I've been saying on my videos that I got new music coming and things like that. I promise that I do. I just got a lot going on because I work overnight. It's 12-hour shifts. I hate it. It drives me insane. The job itself is not necessarily hard. It's just the people. I hate the people. I hate some of the people. And the management, they got their heads up their anuses. But it's just being there for 12 hours. I'm like, God, I'd rather be home making music. But, got bills to pay and stuff like that. So, all right. But I'm going to show you here. Last time I went through all my folders, but I'm just going to go here. I went to File, Open Recent Sets. Show you this is all the stuff I've been working on. This is all the stuff I've been working on. All these different tracks. So new music is coming, I promise. It's coming. It's going to be good, or at least I hope it's good. I mean, I enjoy what I do, so. Let's see. All right. Gotta let it load. Ableton does not load slow. Let me say that again. I said it in my last video. I'm gonna say it again here. My computer, I just got a bunch of trash programs because I used to use this to game. And when I took the folders and stuff off, there, it leaves behind residue. And so my computer's kind of bogged down. It also had caught a virus before I put my DAW on here. And I went through a lot to try to clean that up because I was going to do this with it. So that's the only reason why it loads slow. But Ableton itself does not load slow. It is very responsive, very quick to do what it needs to do. This is one of the tracks I'm working on right now. It's sort of an EDM-ish track. I do all different styles of music. I listen to all different styles of music. Oh, sorry, that's my finger. But I prefer EDM, rock, and soul. And my own personal music more leans to that direction, but I do it all. I listen to it all: hip hop, R&B, gospel and jazz. Oh man, like from technical aspects, they are different creatures. I learned to play guitar and keyboard by ear, and a lot of things happened. I got out of music for a while, but I got back to it because I love it. Can't stay away from it. There's only two things in this world that I love the most, and that is God. I am a Christian, for those of you, so I may say some things if you've been warned. I'm giving you my standpoint. But anyway, I love the Lord. I love God and all the things of God, and I love music. I also do martial arts. That's why the camera's shaking, because sometimes I've messed up my shoulder. Sometimes when I use that shoulder, I won't specify which one. Can't give away my weaknesses. Sometimes it gets a little weak and it shakes. And so I'm going through the process of rehabbing that. But anyway, this is Ableton. Give you a quick preview. It's got tons and tons of features. You got a metronome here. You can set your bars. You can set it to different beats. If I'm speaking jargon to those of you, you can either go on my page and go to my playlist. I have a how-to tips and tricks playlist. It's not mine. It's just stuff. Because on my channel, I upload my own personal music, but I also upload things that I think are interesting and music related that others might like. There are things that I like, and I feel like maybe others will like it too. So I put playlists and things like that. But there's a channel called, it used to be called Cymatics, but now Cymatics is just like an actual group, and they are part of a channel called Academy.fm. And there's a guy named Kermoda on there. He does a great breakdown of how Ableton works and the different bass features. So you can just kind of jump in and get started. But as you can see, there are tons and tons of more than just the bass stuff. There's different plugins, different VSTs, different audio effects, different MIDI effects, all kinds of stuff. This is a spaceship, man. It is insane. It is crazy the things you can do with this program. But this is the arrangement view. You make your clips. I do a lot of audio. I'm not familiar with MIDI. I'm working on it. But you can make your clips, record them in, kind of sample them out, see what works, see what sounds good. And then you jump over to your arrangement view and track it all out. This is the process which taken so long. Why the new music hasn't come yet. Because I do a lot of work here, but it never gets here. Because I'm either tired from work or just being lazy. But I got it coming, I promise. I got stuff. There's one that I'm working on now. So yeah, new music coming. Here, I'll load another one for you. Kind of wet your whistle. Let's see. Open recent. Which one was it? Was it this one? I think it was this one. I had tons and tons of stuff on here that I'm working on. Rock kick, free play. Oh yeah, this is the good one. This is the guitar one that I'm working on. Or a rockish one. Yeah, new music coming. I promise. Just be patient. It's coming slowly but surely, and eventually a lot faster. God, this video it turned into a long video as well. But yeah, so this is a better video from my last one, which was sideways. I apologize. This one should be upright. But there it is. If you guys got any questions, leave comments on my videos. You can message me on YouTube. I'm trying to kind of phase out of having too much social media in my life, just so I can focus on this a lot more and other things that I want to do with my life instead of sitting in front of a computer all day. Well, which I do that anyway because of this. But any questions, if I have the answer, I'll let you know. If I don't, hey man, we can find out together. We can learn together. Thanks for all my fans, subscribers, anybody that likes my videos. If you're digging me, appreciate you. Much love. Thank you for taking this journey with me, and I will see you guys later. Love, peace, and chicken grease.